Kyle here, and this week on Project Nerdy we are talking about Kevin Smith's movie Clerks. I'm very excited that Project Nerdy is reviewing this movie this week. I am a huge Kevin Smith fan, so it really excites me that the channel is dedicating this week to talk about his very first movie, Clerks. I'm sure some people will really love it. Others might be a little bit more negative in their review, but that's fine with me. I'm just excited the channel's talking about one of my favorite directors. Clerks is not my favorite movie of Kevin Smith. That distinction belongs to Chasing Amy, but I've always had a special place in my heart for Clerks because it launched Kevin Smith's career. Without Clerks, you wouldn't have any other of his movies that I've loved to enjoy. So I'm always grateful to Clerks to kind of launching the career of one of my favorite directors. What I wanted to talk about in my video this week about this topic is some of the great scenes that take place in Clerks. Kevin Smith has an amazing talent for writing scenes that you just always remember. It's one of those things you talk about long after you've seen the movie. One of the ones that always sticks out in my mind with Clerks is the discussion of the construction of the Death Star. And when the Death Star is destroyed in Return of the Jedi, were the construction workers that were killed in that explosion innocent victims, or did they hold some of their responsibility? And the reason I always like this scene so much, it really much idea that a fan of Star Wars would have, like Kevin Smith. It doesn't necessarily have to be Star Wars, but think of other movies or books that people obsess about, like Harry Potter or Star Trek or Lord of the Rings. There's always these little small details that fans argue about that are never really talked about on the screen of the movies or in the plots of the books. Just little random, obscure things that fans love to debate. I'd never seen a movie before to kind of talk about those obscure items like that until I saw Randall and Dante in Clerks arguing about were the construction workers in the Death Star and Return of the Jedi innocent victims, or was it their own fault they got killed? I mean, there were never even construction workers shown in the Return of the Jedi, but that's exactly the type of thing that hardcore fans that are nerds will talk about. And that's one thing I've always been kind of really admired about Kevin Smith. He really brings the nerd fan viewpoint to the screen in a lot of his movies. So I'm always really grateful for that, and that's one of the reasons I really love Kevin Smith. So if you've never seen Clerks before, I encourage you to check it out. I've also done another video on this channel in the past where I talk a lot about Kevin Smith. I'll link that in the description box below. My nerdy pleasure this week was I'm currently watching some old episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I watched one of my favorite episodes ever in the TV series, Hush. That is the virtually silent episode in Season 4. It's a great episode, great work of TV. Love the episode. And that brings me up to my question to the viewers this week. Who is your favorite character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and why? I look forward to hearing your responses. Hope you are enjoying our week dedicated to Clerks. And Holly, I will see you tomorrow.